All right, so tonight we're going to paint this, try to paint it. It's not going to be exactly the same, using a technique called subtracted paint or subtracted painting. So we're going to, I have here a wide big brush or any kind of a wide brush. This is an 8x10 canvas board, and I have here black, burnt umber, and sap green. So I'm going to take some wet the canvas a bit, take colors, 3 colors, kind of we need to keep the paint wet as long as we can. This is acrylics, so it's hard to keep the paint wet. And we're going to just put the color on, the paint on. Doesn't have to be in a specific direction. So I'm keeping in mind that part of this drawing or painting is going to be in a darker area than the other part. So this right here at the bottom, because this is what you see right here, it's really dark. And lighter at the bottom, at the top over here. But we don't have to do this. It could be all in a dark area. Have to work quickly because I need the paint to stay wet as long as possible. It's a kind of a general direction of the flower or the petals. Okay. All right, so now I have different sizes of filbert brushes. I think I should put the light on so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to start with finding the main flower that I want to put there. So I'm dipping my brush in water. I have this paper towel, and I'm going to start taking paint off to create the shape of the main flower. So let's say it's somewhere here, and you just go like this. Clean the brush again. Just keep in mind where the direction of the flower is pointing. It's usually most of the time used for portraits. Soft, and when you take the paint off, you are looking at the light and the values. So now I see that this flower has a lot of strong highlight or sun on this part. So this is not taking enough. So I'm going to use this. And I'm going to take off more. Ah, that's good. Look, this is where the sunny part is. This is the tip of the black-eyed Susan. Okay. Second one. I'm going to put the second one smaller up here. It's very hard to work with this on acrylics, but it's fun. Still kind of fun way of doing it.
Actually, it is. It's good to try new things.
Yeah, we're usually used to kind of drawing everything with a pencil or whatever and then painting it. But this one gives you softer edge.
Yeah.
And I think it can be done on a sketchbook if you're using a multimedia paper. I think your brush would have to be hard so it can pick up.
A little bit,
Yeah. I'm gonna make it, make it as simple as possible. Smaller one in the distance. Pointing to the left.
Yeah.
Okay. I see a small one down here. I really like. Kind of hidden behind the big one. Drying. Is it drying fast with you, the color, the paint?
No, actually, it is not.
Okay.
I guess I put so much water.
Ingrid, drying fast?
Turning to. It is drawing or not? Would this work better with open acrylics?
Yes, it would. Absolutely.
Try.
Do you have open acrylics?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't used it yet.
Try it.
I've only ever done this with pencil and an eraser.
Yes. Yes, exactly. That's
but
done
this
with.
Looks so cool.
Yeah. You're racing against time. This is just kind of crazy.
It looks like some kind of X-ray photo or something. Exactly.
So this one's pointing kind of towards the right. Let's add one more. Actually, before I add another one, let's put some,
Make the branches.
yeah, a little bit of like twigs and leaves.
And if it's drying up and you wet your brush, you can take it off again.
Yes. And you get a bright and try to get twig going because it's really, really dry right now. I sprayed the canvas with a bit of water because it was drying really fast, so it made a difference.
Oh, this is a lot of fun. Yeah, actually, yes. Yeah, it's nice. Something we never did, and
Yes.
yeah, why not?
Yes, the challenge is in not really lifting the paint, it's in the creating the shapes or the movement of the flowers
Yeah.
and the leaves. That's where the challenge is. I took this picture when we were in Amsterdam in a really nice park. It was, there were so many of them, these black-eyed Susan, everywhere.
Yeah, very nice.
You're just spraying water in to activate it again?
Yes, yes, that's what I'm doing. We're not gonna do the whole thing. We're just gonna do a couple.
That's okay, yeah.
Yeah, a couple.
And then we were waiting to dry, and then
maybe we don't have. I mean, where we removed the paint, it's already dry, right? So it's already,
yes.
yeah. So we can work on that if we want.
Have you done with oil, Lena? Have you tried with oil?
Well, yes, long time ago when I used to use oil, I used to do that sometimes. It gives me it used to it will give you an idea where your highlights and your darks are, and it's when you're priming, you're painting before you start, you could do that, and it's really a great way of establishing where the light and the dark is hitting. It's a great technique, but much easier with oil.
It's not bad with acrylics.
It kind of, it's oilless.
Another thing I noticed, I have to wet my brush in order to make it white.
You had to wet your...
My brush. I have to put it in the water.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It is.
Yes. So I'm cleaning my brush, wiping it, and then lifting.
Yes, cleaning the brush and then...
Yes, dip the brush, wipe it, and lift.
Okay. Now I understand.
Because you can't see me dipping the brush, but I am.
No.
Because you clean...
That's why
Yeah, I'm cleaning the brush.
Yeah. I don't seem to take any more off.
You can't take any more off?
No.
Are you wetting your brush?
I wet the brush, I wet the canvas, and...
Because maybe your paint is very thin. Because it dries faster when it's thin.
Yeah,
with acrylics.
Yes.
Have we done that?
Yeah, it's good enough. I'm gonna pause. All right, so now we are going to work on the flowers, and I have here yellow ochre, cadmium orange, ultramarine violet, and cadmium yellow light. So ultramarine violet is a purple that is a bluish purple. We can mix it with the yellows to make our yellows darker. It's opposite on the color wheel. So it's a complementary color to yellow. The orange, yes?
The light one is a different color.
Yeah, cadmium red light, cadmium yellow light.
Oh, yellow light. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, thank you, thanks.
No problem. So, and the orange is to give the yellow ochre a bit of a reddish tone to it. So I'm taking yellow ochre and I have a filbert because it has a soft round edge. I put a bit of orange in it, not much, just a bit, and ultramarine violet, a little bit. And I'm going to take a tiny bit of yellow, cadmium yellow light, and add that. So let's start with this brush, and I'm going to take it from here. Turn it around. So, you know, I'm going soft and I'm going slow for you to see. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my brush down, pressing, and then I lift slowly and turn it. Turn it aside. Like this. Again. Okay, so in between the petals, I'm going to go a little bit darker. So I'm going to take ultramarine violet and mix it with a bit of yellow ochre. Put it in here, in between. Softly. Don't have to do the whole thing. Just a couple. Again, let's do another one. We don't want it to, even the first layer doesn't have to be that dark because we're going to highlight this with cadmium yellow light later on. This top right here of the flower is going to be probably green later on. So for now, I'm just using more of the ultramarine violet. The one in the back, let's give it a bit of darker, this one here, color. So when we start highlighting, we will kind of bring some petals forward and push some back by using darks. So we use the darks that we're using right now. I'm gonna, take a little bit more of the ultramarine violet with my with the yellow ochre and put one right behind this in the back. Maybe later on I'll change my mind, but that's okay, it's there. Okay, now let's take this one. And put most of the highlight is going to be the top part. Sometimes we're going to keep the bottom parts, some of them, darker. And if we feel that we need to put a little bit more darks, then we will use that. We will glaze the dark on later. So, but I think we're going to be okay. Just using whatever we have put right now in terms of color. We don't need to go darker or glaze, maybe. It's easier to actually change. Okay. I'm going to pause. All right, let's highlight one of them. So I'm going to take lots of cadmium yellow light, put a bit of yellow ochre in it, tiny bit.
Are you using the same mixture?
Yep. A touch of cad orange. Same. Cadmium yellow light, yellow ochre, a little bit of cadmium orange, a little bit, not much. I take a little bit more of the yellow ochre and make sure that the bottom part is slightly darker. So this is my first layer of highlights. It's going to be another layer coming. I usually highlight in stages. We're working with acrylics, so it dries darker.
Yeah.
I'm going to take more of the, oh, this is drying fast, more of the yellow ochre, touch of ultramarine violet. This part, I'm just watching the, going by this one, using this one.
Which one? Oh,
This one.
okay.
Right there, the big one.
Yeah, very nice.
Right, again, let's take more now cadmium yellow light. Let's do one more. Let's do this one here, the little one. The little one has a little bit of highlights, not much. I'm going to take a little bit of ultramarine violet, mix it with the same mixture that I'm using right now, because I'll tell you why. Because this orange, if I want to show darker kind of shadows over those petals, orange is a warm color. It's not gonna give me that shadow area. It's too orangey. So I'm gonna cover the orange with a mixture of yellow. Any yellow you have here, add some ultramarine violet to it. It's much better, because usually, of course, shadows are cool colors, so they're not warm. And highlights are warm colors. So, okay, this is good. I would glaze this more once it's dry. I would glaze it with more purple. See, it's not dry right now, but I would make sure that the purple shows. I'm using some sap green and cadmium yellow light. I take yellow ochre, I'm using a round brush to dab the detail on top. I have to keep reminding myself that we're not painting, we're trying to paint loose, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have to keep reminding myself.
But, yeah. But this is the type of the flower that you can do it
Loose, yes.
Instead of having the petals of roses, of
right. You're right.
peony or something.
Yeah.
It's easier.
True.
Try to do for me at least, the petals of roses. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. Yep. Well, I'm so tempted to go and get the brush and start kind of tweaking this and making it more, but I don't want to do this because I want to keep it loose.
By the end of the trust me, it's not going to be loose. But anyway, I'm trying the best.
That's true.
And what you're going to do with the background layout?
Well, I'm going to add some greens in the background, some highlights in green and some yellows, just kind of play around in the background. All right, I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
And then, okay, we will continue this next week.